this crowd bouncing.
Oh my goodness me!
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Oh, that's a magnificent strike. Oh wow, that's absolutely awesome. Oh yes!
Has he got him? He has. Oh, wow. Now, that is some pickup shot.
All the fun and all the games, they all start here with All Stars Cricket. All new experiences for everyone. All over the country. Every session is all-out action all the time. All are welcome, all invited. Even mums and dads. Skills, friendships, smiles, dreams. It all happens here. All you need is delivered right to your door. Best of all, it even has your name on it. All the activators are fully trained. And all they want is for us to have a great time. Always. Laugh, ball, catch, throw. Try it all. It's time to go all in, all together. And it all starts with All Stars. All you need to get started is at allstarscricket.co.uk.
This holiday at Dynamo's Cricket.
Well, a very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Merchant Taylor School in Northwards. The Blast in action for this second double-header, Middlesex men versus Glamorgan men. I'm Kevin Hands. Alongside me, Andrew McKenna for this one. Middlesex have won the toss. They've elected to bat one change for the side that were defeated on Thursday night by Sussex. We'll come through all of that in the first few moments, but first to set the scene, we've seen one game already. It's been a bowler-friendly surface so far. It's a seamers game. Middlesex women just getting over the line against Glamorgan. A low-scoring one that. It's renowned as a seamers surface here at Merchant Taylor School, and that was very much what we saw in this morning's fixture.
Was it ever? Yes, T20 cricket so much is an enemy of bowlers, but they absolutely loved it earlier today. Middlesex got home, but with a great deal more difficulty than I think a lot of people might have maybe expected from the scoreline. 77 the target. They got there only just in the end. So what we're going to see this afternoon with the men, will it play the same way?
Well, it has always favoured the seamers, that's for sure. So whether it will do likewise again here, we'll wait and see. Here come the Glamorgan fielders. So Kieran Carlson at the toss said he too would have elected to field anyway, so no great change there. But Stephen Eskenazi making his way out to open up with Kane Williamson. Second match for Middlesex. Didn't really get going in that game against Sussex, and in the end it was just out of reach. Their victory charge, or attempted victory charge, on Thursday. Glamorgan, a side that Middlesex very familiar with this season. They played them at Lord's already this summer, and then just down in Cardiff a week or so ago for what was a defeat there. So a quick return against Glamorgan, and well, it will be a game they'll be very keen to get up and running with a victory here at Merchant Taylors. We shall see. But Eskenazi and Williamson out of the middle. That one change for Middlesex, as we mentioned. Josh de Carey's coming in for Henry Brooks. Otherwise, Middlesex unchanged from Thursday. It's going to be Van der Goeden to get us underway from the river end. So he's going to be running up the hill here at Merchant Taylor School. And it'll be Stephen Eskenazi to have strike. Slip in place. There's a deep square and a long leg.
Deep third in place as well, actually, all the way out on the boundary. So I think they've gone around, and fine legs actually inside the circle.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I think they're allowed to go now.
Rob Bailey says play.
Solid start immediately onto the off stump. Dab into the onside for a single to get play up and running. Sorry, I said it was a long leg. I was looking at the fielder at deep third and called him a long leg. It was obviously the bend around the side of the 10 that I was trying to describe. I've got a bender around Pinky the Panther now. He's on his way, off with a group of school kids to go and entertain the crowd. And a late cut, and there is the aforementioned, ill-described deep third. So standard T20 fare for a right arm seamer to a right-handed deep third, and deep square. That's a shot. Over mid on it goes, and once it's skipping down that hill towards the river, it's gone. First boundary for Middlesex.
Intent straight away. Use of the feet. Carlson's in the circle. At mid on. Eskenazi off and running.
Oh, swing and a miss. That was not far away, and it's got through as well. Well, bonus runs. We saw some seam movement earlier.
buys. Swing and a miss. Cook's not able to get anything on it. Interesting to see if Eskenazi comes out of the crease again.
Leg side, the Cries catch it, but the ball loops up. And the leg by signals. Oh, now that didn't get up.
Well, we had a couple of those in the women's game, and we did say just to keep an eye out whether it would continue on, and that definitely stayed a bit lower than Williamson was expecting.
Based on what we saw in that first game of the day, which was a low scorer, seamer, bit of swing, it is interesting that Middlesex have elected to bat rather than say to Glamorgan, go on then, you set a total on this. Just see how much seam movement there was for the quicks. But so let me take you through those teams there. Middlesex, we say the one change from Thursday's match, and Glamorgan, who played a minor T20 against Wiltshire on Friday, which they won following a super over.
The Australian Kerr to take the first over.
Nearly the first wicket as well. That was a beaut. Eskenazi makes a little signal with his hand. Let's see. Just seemed slightly away.
A little bit of a finger roll over the top of that one from Hayden Kerr. He's joined up till the end of July for Glamorgan. Sydney man.
Oh, another lovely ball. Yeah, that Glamorgan side, Kieran Carlson, the skipper, Will Smale, Colin Ingram, Ben Kellaway, Asa Tribe, Chris Cook, the wicket keeper, Hayden Kerr, Dan Douthwaite, Mason Crane back in the side, which is good to see, Tim van der Gooten and Andy Gorvin. Nice the feet from Eskenazi, but just a dab. 3 dot balls in a row. Kane Williamson has some advice.
Very good, that Kerry. Very good, that mate.
Plenty of chatter in the middle. Good to hear. Deep point just coming up. There's a deep square back.
Long on to the other deep fielder.
Oh, it's a nice use of the feet. Can't pick the gap though, just opening the face. Eskenazi, he's so good at angling that ball. Couldn't get it through on that occasion. 4 dot balls. Again, this slightly goes to my wonder about Middlesex batting firsts, given what we saw this morning. It's a good start by Kerr. Just pushes a little bit of pressure onto the Middlesex skipper. Maiden in the offing. Oh, look at that juggling act in the background.
He's in full kit, by the way, full pads.
Not to be Maiden. Single found at the end of the over. Eskenazi keeps the strike. 2 gone, 12 without loss, Middlesex.
Yeah, I had a little tour of the ground during the interval between the 2 matches. He's over there juggling, doing all sorts, but he's in full kit. Whites, batting pads, the whole kit and caboodle.
Is it John Terry? was it? Was it a Tottenham match the other day against Manchester United in the final where one of their players was kitted up, but he said, I didn't do the shin pads at least like John Terry. Who was it? Who was injured? Madison. James Madison, I think. Oh, Eskenazi down the track. A swing and a miss again. There is seam movement out there. Eskenazi just swishing his hand one side to the other, suggesting there's a little bit of nippage.
What there isn't, though, is a great deal of carry, because that's bounced a second time before it gets to Cook. And you can see the laugh on his face there as he's talking about it with the other fielders near him, because he's had to sort of dive and it's almost taken him on the knee.
Another one nips back in. Inside edge very nearly. Down onto the stumps, onto the feeder goes. Eskenazi walks away to have a little think about it. Williamson just acknowledges on the way down, yeah, it's nipping. But he's obviously got a little word of advice on what to do.
By the way, while we're doing a bit of congratulating and all of that, obviously there's this game going on. England Lions taking on India A in that warm-up game for India ahead of the Test match series. Turned on the onside by Eskenazi. They will take a pretty easy single. Maxi Holden, 101 in that game. The England Lions are currently 415 for 5. Tom Haynes made 171. Max made 101. Next best score after that at the moment is currently Dan Mosley, actually, who's at 49 not out from 86 balls, batting at number 8 or 7.
Wow. Well, we said this will be a pitch to suit the seamers. It's evident this morning that the bounce was indifferent. There's Williamson looking to cut, but that one's got big on him.
Of course, this won't be quite such an unusual experience for Kane Williamson, maybe compared to some of the other overseas players down the years, because New Zealand play an awful lot of their red ball cricket in venues that kind of feel like outgrounds. If you've ever been to Dunedin, where they play next door to the university, it really is a glorified club ground. Hagley Oval in Christchurch again is all grass banks.
Down the track. Oh, well. He fell to a stunner on Thursday. Kane Williamson, that's a stunning stop at cover. And ouch. Quite understandably. Is the word that falls out of the fielder's mouth.
Lands just in front of him, stopping it on the half volley. That was really travelling. 14 without loss after 3.
They've got a decision to make here, though, haven't they? It's a power play, none down after 3 overs, 14 on the boards. If you come out of the power play, none down, unless you've got 70, 72 on the board, you feel like you've left runs out there.
But does that basically work more if you're on a shirt front? If you're on a pitch like this that's doing a bit more, is it more understandable? Douthwaite, by the way, as you can see, is going to take the 4th over of the innings.
Nips back in, takes the inside edge. I'd almost go at it the other way and say that in the power play you've got the right to gamble 2 wickets. So if you start swinging now and you are 24 for 2 at the end of the power play, but had a go and lost 2, right, okay, adjust the rest of it. But the rewards in this power play where timing is clearly a problem. Small boundaries as well here, small ground, just get it through or over that infield, it could be a big reward. But Williamson and Eskenazi, I think, are facing it exactly the way you said, Macca.
Dan Douthwaite missed the championship game a few weeks ago due to injury, which meant that Ben Kellaway is kind of the all-rounder role.
I think
Shoaib Bashir played in that game as well, of course, because Mason Crane was injured. So Mason Crane back in for some cricket now.
Scampering that single. Yeah, Douthwaite, I think he's a good bowler. And first game of last season at Lords when Sam Northeast hit the triple century, that was a run fest that game. But Douthwaite for me was the pick of the boat. He was the only bowler in the match that really seemed as though he'd rushed the batters. And I think he was used maybe 5th or 6th choice by Glamorgan in the Middlesex innings. Middlesex, in reply to Northeast 300, hit their highest first class score. Use the feet. Only manages to miscue it. Toe end of the bat. Single to cover though.
Well, in this competition last year, Douthwaite took 16 wickets in his 13 games. That was equal with Tim van der Gooten at 16 from 11. The top wicket taker for Glamorgan was Mason Crane, who took 19 in his 13 games.
Williamson. I mean, it's all very well sat here and discussing things, isn't it? But just to give the viewers that perhaps weren't with us this morning an idea, there was an awful lot of seam movement, and 78 was very nearly too much for Middlesex. Leg side, sliding down, right arm over to the right hander. He didn't get that far across. Leg by to finish the over, but yeah, I think we'll probably see a fair bit of middle and off as that strikes, and there you go.
The only thing is, does it land full on the boot? Because of course if it lands full on the boot, then the angle doesn't come into it, then it's then about whether it's going straight, isn't it? It's that bizarre LBW part of the law.
Inside edge, just the single. Yeah, so the game this morning, it was seeming, everything that we're seeing now is pretty much what we expected may well be the case this afternoon, because the amount of seam movement that was clearly there this morning. Pitch where the bounce was a bit indifferent. We know over the years at Merchant Taylor School, seam bowlers have a field day. There goes another one, seams back in. And you just wonder, in an instance like this, are you better saying to the opposition, no, you set the total? Then we'll figure out a way to score it. Because when you're trying to work out, batting first, what a score is on this pitch, what you need to be targeting, it can be very, very difficult to find in your mind, well, what's a good score on this pitch? That's a pick up. Just a single again, though, not timed. Then you come out for the chase and you can have a strategy, right? Okay, we know what we've got to do. We know it's tough. The other thing is how much this
Sorry, can I just pause it? Look at those. What a pair of rascals those are. Gone are the days of the old-fashioned cricket boots.
He's within earshot.
Orange soles as well.
He's a big lad as well, Macca.
Ace of tribe, absolutely.
Oh my goodness me, that took a bit of the bat. I mean, it hit the pad as it was coming back down. It hit the back of the bat. Did you see that? See that front on, Dan? I don't think I've ever seen that before. Hits the bat, then hits the pad, then just watch. Rolls up the bat there, flicks the top of it.
Would have been one of the weirdest caught and bowls of all time, wouldn't it?
Oh, he's missed out there. Full toss, he was stretching for it. Whether Van der Gooten saw him coming and went for the wide Yorker. No doubt he probably did, but look at that. 1.1.1.
Well, Middlesex will hope the pattern doesn't continue.
Or worse. Hiddem is the cry. The throw is just wide from fine leg. Well, it broke the pattern. 4 off the over. 22 without loss after 5.
Yeah, 4.4 and over is not really standard T20 fair, but I think this is a standard T20 fair wicket, so we can't judge it as such.
Lovely sunny afternoon for it. 1st of June.
Left arm occurs coming back.
Where's the season gone, Macca?
I mean, when you consider now they start so early in April, we are in June, we're basically 6 weeks into the season.
And I've already played half the championship games. Eskenazi 10 from 18, Williamson 7 from 13. It's Kerr that bowled 5 dot balls to start his spell. Then this last ball went for a single, didn't it? Is this who they take on? You can't go out of the power play without having tried. Follows him.
Oh, that hurt.
Eskenazi was just looking to give himself a little bit of room there, wasn't he? But Kerr's followed him. And as you say, he's fizzed that, stinging onto the glove. And I think the umpire's just checking that Eskenazi doesn't need the physio.
Yeah, I was ringing it before he'd taken a couple of steps to take the run.
That's good. That's very good. And that's 6 from Williamson. Premeditated, up and over. Williamson makes the first move.
Across. And then just helps it on the way. And again, it's timing more than power, isn't it? And he gets plenty enough of that one. Kerr's bowling at a decent lick here. Williamson uses his pace against him.
He's found a way. It's taken 5.5 overs, but Middlesex have found a way on this surface. Chastises himself there, Williamson, as he charges and misses.
Does give the strong impression that the bowlers are going to be in play for most of today, doesn't it?
Great time for a pole now, eh? Great time for a pole now. Great time for a pole, boys.
As if to illustrate your point. Great time for a poll. Or go again. 4 more for Williamson. Same shot as the 6.
Well, they're struggling with timing down the ground, so go back over your own head. Such a good shot. Now, I was about to say, at what point do you ask Fine Leg to go back from the circle? The answer is now. So Van der Hoekten is at the far end under the tree.
And he slogs him across the line for 4 more. Well, there went the charge. The final 4 balls of the power play. They result in 14 runs. It only gets Middlesex to 38 without loss, but it's something now at least.
I might be horribly wrong, but I think that might be 38 today and 50 odd on another day on another pitch. I think we need to be seasonally adjusting some of these figures maybe, so I'm not so sure that it's quite the scoreline that it necessarily looks. Alright, we're going to get some spin. Kellaway.
To the call. Actually, 2-2-2 was the call, and no was the answer.
It was almost perfectly placed for the 2. There's just a little bit too much run on it.
Yeah, there's a small playing surface here at Merchant Taylors, so it's tough to find the 2s. Wristily done. Thinking 2 again, but it is just a single. Deep mid wicket charging in. Now this is not going to have a chance either. Oh, the cry of catch, and it wasn't far away. Carlson was there, the skipper, poised, hands clasped, ready to go.
He thinks he should have caught it. I mean, it was hit very, very hard. Just above head height. He got his hands on it.
I'd be disappointed he hasn't hung on, as you say, it was hit hard. We'd be calling it a very good catch. Would he have hung on? Not wide enough of long off to think about 2, so just the single again.
Lovely day at Merchant Taylors School. There was some darker clouds earlier on while we were playing the women's game, but it's all white fluffy stuff now.
Single for Eskenazi to end the over. He'll keep the strike. 7 guard. Middlesex winning the toss there. 45 for no wicket.
Yep, lovely looking day. It's a Manhattan that is quite literally up and down at the moment. It gives you an idea that it's not the easiest. Mason Crane is going to come on and bowl his leg spin.
Oh, it really could be New Zealand, couldn't it? Little grassy knoll.
Long on, long off in place for Crane.
Sweep to deep square and gone. Wicket with his first ball for the leg spinner. Eskenazi winning the toss. Electing to bat. He falls for 14 off his 23rd delivery. Just couldn't quite get going. Let's go big. Off Crane's first ball. It's a good grab.
Will Smale with the catch. He straight away was making the signal. Yeah, don't worry, that's all fine.
Brilliant bit of camera work there. Producer will have to buy him an ice cream for that. Or give him a bit of birthday cake. Happy birthday, producer Dan. 19 today.
So Geddes comes to the crease, fresh from a 50. Said to me after the game the other evening that he would happily have traded the 50 for a win. Bit frustrated with the Middlesex camp not to get up and chase down the other night. He's underway straight away.
This could be a Geddes track, this one, actually. Good stroke player, likes to feel bat on ball, pushes at it hard, confidently, and he'll go his own game, no doubt.
Not sure which of the fielders it was there, but just before that ball, I heard them saying, "Watch the reverse."
Leading edge, yes, is the call eventually. Williamson's gone! Run out by a very long way. He hesitated. Geddes made the call. Middlesex, a couple down here in the 8th. And the 2 set batters just coming to terms with the pace of this surface. Dismissed. Geddes calls him, yes, no, yes, no. Gave up the ghosts and gone.
I would suggest that is probably 2 batters who haven't yet got used to each other's games. Because if you're taking something that tight, you kind of need to know each other. And that was Geddes calling. And unfortunately, I got that one a little bit wrong. 46 for 2.
Let's deploy. Makes his way out at 4. Another of the gun players. Middlesex pretty happy with their top order this year, the way it's shaping up. Yet to really see that explosive big innings just yet. There was only Higgins in what sadly was a lost cause really by the time he got going on Thursday evening. Magnificent knock from Higgins. Just short of a 50, but gave Middlesex, well, the longest of shots at the very end, when they'd fallen behind dramatically in the chase. So maybe that was part of the reason of bat first today, but again, I just go back to this morning. I don't think this is a pitch you get in on easily. Middlesex now have 2 batters who've got to do that quickly. Just the single.
Geddes said as he got to the non-strike, as he was getting to the non-striker's end, your call. So in other words, you're coming back to the danger end, you tell me. They stay at 1. Well, what an over that's been. 1 for 2 is Crane's numbers, because of course he doesn't get credit for the run out, but 2 wickets in the over. 47 for 2 after 8.
Yeah, I think the pressure that they're building collectively here. Although I don't think that particularly accounted for the run out though. Geddes is new to the crease. He fancied the run that he'd be running to the danger end. It's a nice shot. I did say that I fancy Geddes might actually go out this best, just push it around. Against Gorvin now. This will be an interesting one. Gorvin, he's got a bit of pace about him, but a skiddier bowler as opposed to hit the surface and seam it. That's a nice shot. Oh, it's a good tumbling stop. Smail out there again. Geddes gets a couple more, and he's ticking. Middlesex is number 3, 6 from 5. Oh, nearly through. Leading edge saves Geddes there. He was through the shot, wasn't he? Body was turning to the onside. Just looking to drop the single. through a mid-wicket, mid-on region. Just about kept that bat face open. So it wasn't a leading edge, in fact, rather scooped it into the offside.
You want it again?
Oh, that's a good shirt in the background. Dress for the weather. Tell you what, when the sun's out, it is red hot here, but when the sun does disappear, there's a bit of a breeze today at Merchant Taylor, just dips the temperature slightly. That's clever cricket. Really, really good from Deploy. Off the mark with a boundary, off the mark first ball.
I can't wait to see this replay. The way he sort of dips down in the crease and then holds the blade there. So well controlled, very high skill.
Opening the face on that one. Nearly getting full reward. It's a fine piece of fielding there from Mason Crane. 9 done, 58 for 2. Crane to pick himself up and keep going, I think. Colvin going for 11 off his first over. I did wonder whether that skiddier bowler actually might suit the batters better than somebody who's a bit taller, banging it in and getting that ball to seam. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Choice of listening. Certainly know which one you'd rather look at. We didn't have the birthday boy in shot though, producer Dan. Oh, he's bowled him. Geddes goes for the reverse, falls over in doing so. Premeditated first ball of the over. Middlesex lose their third in the 10th, 58 for 3.
Well, he's gone and effectively played it as the left-hander and just got himself in a tangle in the end, and unfortunately a 50 the other night, followed up with 7 today. Jack Davies comes to the crease. 2 for 2 from Mason Crane from the 7 balls that he's bowled so far.
Looking for 2, just outside the 30-yard circle. They'll settle on a single.
All the trouble we've had today.
Oh, that's up in the air again. Lands safe, gets away with it. Deploy. Rather hacked at that one. The edge flies safely.
It's the nature of T20 cricket, isn't it? Go hard or go home kind of mentality. Almost at the halfway mark. 60 on the board.
Yes, mate.
Jack Davies. Middlesex keeper in all formats. in ahead of Higgins, the all-rounder. Higgins who went so well the other evening. Oh,
it's fine, it's fine. And that's why he's playing the shot. Both mid-on and mid-off are out. So as long as you get enough on it back over the bowler and you don't spoon it out to Carlson at point, you're okay.
Running the first hard again, but it was always going to be a single. 4 off the over, 4 singles as well as that wicket to begin. Umpire just telling the batters to be careful through the middle of the track. Look at that. Doesn't look real, that skyline, does it? Well, bang bang is what they said. They've got one already. They were looking for another there.
So 62 for 3 at the halfway stage. It's got to be double it and a bit more. And that still puts you into the sort of 135 region, which feels very low.
Steered for a single. Very minimum Middlesex have got to go for is 150 really on a small ground like this. 90 off the back 10. It's not going to be easy. It's going to need a partnership.
Oh.
Swept down. Top ball. Did see Gloucestershire here a couple of years back. In fact, Glamorgan had a tremendous game here 2 years ago. It's a nice looking sweep. Oh, that's a good looking stop as well. Corvin out there with a fine tumble. The outfielding's been excellent so far from Glamorgan. They've probably saved 4, 6 runs maybe so far on the ropes. The reverse again and gone. Straight to backward point. 4th wicket falls in the 11th. And Davies gone for 4, unable to get going. Made reasonable contact with it, but straight to the fielder.
Kerr almost didn't have time to move out the way. It was that quickly at him. Straight into the midriff and hangs on to it. Callaway only took 1 wicket in 7 matches in the Blast last year. Well, he's up and running with 1 in his 2nd over. This time around, bringing Higgins to the crease.
Oh, the hero nearly on Thursday evening, very nearly pulled off the most unlikely of wins for Middlesex, dragging it back. The big knock. Time's on his side this evening. In the 11th over. Needs to ensure he's there for a good few overs yet. Up in the air. Oh, 1 bounce 4. Time waits for no man.
He's not hanging around Higgins, is he? It was outside the stump line, as you can see, well outside the stump line, so he's thought, right, well, I've got to go at it, first ball or not.
Into the 11th then, 70 for 4, the wicket of Davies. The latest to go. This is the partnership now really for Middlesex, isn't it? Higgins and deploy, 2 of the biggest names with a bat in any format for Middlesex. Obviously Kane Williamson at the top.
Yeah, still to come, Holman, De Carey's, Zafar Gohar as well, who can all do a job.
Well, they have reinforced, haven't they? You know, they've got Takeri's in, who is a batter who bowls. Holman, a genuine all-rounder. Gohara, he's close to a genuine all-rounder, but at the moment a bowler who bats.
Push hard.
So they've got 3 batters, one a genuine all-rounder, and again one a batter who bowls and one a bowler who bats. So they've got a bit to come, all right. Richard Dawson's just run onto the fields, the side of it, to have a chat with Crane about where he wants him to bowl, what he wants him to do. In the air, cry of catch it, but that was a good club of the ball from Deploy, and it's 4 more over a wide long off, mid off up inside the circle.
For a second it felt like he got underneath it a little bit, and then you actually saw the fly to the ball and realised it was going to land a long way safe and only just short of the rope.
Yeah, it felt like he clothed it at first, but no, nothing of the like. Yeah, Gloucestershire here hit 75 off the final 3 overs of an innings a couple of years back. It was either side of a game against Glamorgan. Great in the goods, Managing Director of Cricket on the left, Alan Coleman, Chief Exec, Andrew Cornish on the right. Ooh, down the grounds. I'm not sure that didn't just clip the stump on the way through, did it? Maybe not. Looked so there was just a slight deflection on it, maybe took the pace off slightly, maybe it was the bowler's boot.
Good job Ace of Tribe was pretty straight down on the boundary edge, because that ball was travelling.
End of the 12th, top ball 76 for 4. Wind's just picked up again for the first time since really this morning when we pitched up for game 1 of the day. Middlesex women getting over the line, chasing 78 to beat Glamorgan. Hairy Mike, I think is his nickname, the effects Mike. Looks like one of the Muppets. Speaking of Muppets.
And there's Guy Swindles.
And our mate Nick Webb enjoyed 4 days in Cardiff with Webby last week. The legends of the mic.
Mason Crane is currently doing a series of stretches and loosening, the sort of which that would finish off most people. Just between balls there, he dropped down and gave a quick 5 press-ups.
Thinking 2, finding a deep point. Is that what the coach came on to tell him, Richard Dawson? Get warmed up, Mason. You're going to be bowling seam up on this. Never mind the leg spin. I'll tell you who might have enjoyed bowling on this. Henry Brooks. Big tall seamer for Middlesex. No, Cornwell will be relishing it as well.
4 singles from the over, which Glamorgan will be pretty happy about. Is there a release shot coming?
Oh, that was short, but it turned, didn't it? That bit of grip meant that it was just a drag for deploy. 5 singles in the over, 81 for 4.
Callaway's actually bowled that from quite a long way short of the front line, and that's what adjusts the length of the delivery.
Would it have been a beer or an ice cream for you today, Macca?
Yeah.
Should I say, has it been a beer or an ice cream for you today? You're a long time gone there in the
Neither
change for the matches.
Yes, well, it took me a while to get round to the Indian street food stall on the other side, which, by the way, was magnificent.
I'm thinking 2 again. I'm not sure we've seen a 2 in this innings, have we?
Not been many. Yeah, so just to the right of the ice cream van in the background is the Indian street food stall, which was a big hit for me, certainly for lunch this afternoon.
That's swept hard, cry a catch, but it's going to take out the Indian food van. Big shot from Higgins. Second 6 of the innings after a ramp from Williamson.
Well, Higgins has come in with one thing on his mind, hasn't he? And that is he is going to destroy anything that's remotely in his half. Up and off she went. Almost went into the little stall.
Tries to go again, just a drag for a single.
Interesting to see what Crane bowls here. Does he go the leg spin back into the left-handed deploy or googly across him?
Chips to mid, long arm. Deploy departs. 18 from 16. Crane has 3 for 14. Got a little pep talk from his coach a few moments ago. Picks up a 3rd wicket.
And again, Asa Tribe doesn't really have to move there, does he? He's taking it above his shoulder. Now that hits quite low down on the bat, doesn't it? As we see on that replay. And that's the frustration for deploy. He's thinking to himself, if I get that, it's still going even now. Got it low on the bat. And as a result, it's 89 for 5.
You could have all been ducking for cover over the long on boundary there if deploy had have connected. Sunny old day, isn't it? Good to have those hats on. So Luke Holman, first of those all-rounders that we were describing. Higgins, of course, all-rounder as well, but he's such a good player that he's a genuine all-rounder, isn't he? He plays either batter or bowler. Holman holding the number 3 position in the championship side, got his maiden first-class ton a few weeks back against Kent at Lords. When deploy returned for the number 4 position, he elevated to 3. That's swept nicely. Nonchalantly.
He knew it was 4 from the moment he hit it. There wasn't even a thought of actually running to the non-striker's end to dot the bat down. He knew from the moment he made contact, so he simply walked through with the shot and then carried on for a little conversation with Higgins at the non-striker's end. Fantastic hit. Look at that. Didn't even wait for it to actually see that it had gone to the boundary because he knew it. Middlesex are going to need a few more of those though. 6 to go.
Looking back at the game, I was mentioning Glamorgan here, 2021 I think this game was. Just get the correct date for it in a moment. See the month, but it doesn't have the year with it. Glamorgan won by 29 runs. They hit 238 for 3. Cook with 113 unbeaten, 92 unbeaten for Colin Ingram.
Off of 41 and 51 balls respectively.
Middlesex in reply, chasing 239. They got off to an absolute flyer. Eskenazi hit 59 off 33. Joe Cracknell 77 off 42. 146 on the board in the 12th. Up in the air, Cryer catch, but it's over the infield. Over the boundary board as well. But yeah, 146 without loss. 1 ball to go at the 12th over. They lost Cracknell, and that was it. They were done. They were well on course to that point. Max Holden was the number 3 that day. Century maker for the Lions today. Would have been in at number 5 maybe for Middlesex in this lineup. Formerly the opener. Dropped him down the order so that he played spin a little better.
Good identification, by the way, from Middlesex, just the previous delivery. The 4 led to a change in the field, that Mason Crane came from doing boundary duties in front of us into backward point to Holman, and therefore the next couple of balls they've got Crane there, a little bit more agile potentially, and looking for Holman to play the reverse again to Kurt.
It's like out just in front of point, but it'll just be a single.
To end the 15th, 99 for 5. 30 balls more to go then.
Yeah, needs a few more building blocks on the end, doesn't it?
Speaking of which.
Well, that's the foundation that the commentary team usually need from the stream team.
Which one are you going for then, Kev?
Oh, definitely the double, the twin. Is that twin down the bottom? The double with the flake. Just in case one fell off, you know. Insurance, backup plan. What about you, Macca?
100 up, by the way. 100 for 5.
Oh, there you go. Look, he's gone for the double. 2 flakes. Or is it 2 singles? I always feel that's a waste, isn't it? Get the double and just share it. Look. Economy. Up in the air. The Cry's catch.
Wide of the fielder. Yeah. Callaway tried to get around and couldn't. Just seemed to fade away. Well fielded, sir.
Single taken, it's a good stop. You expect him to make. There we go, I've got the year now. It's 2023, so it's 2 years ago. May 31st. 2 years ago yesterday. There we go. Just got a little bottom edge on that. Maybe will have saved him. It's brought him 4.
Well, you heard the groan straight away as contact was made, because bowler and keeper knew that was not where it was being aimed. But as they always say, there are no pictures in the scorebook. It just simply says 4. Kerr had no chance of cutting that off. The boundary is good.
Up in the air. 2 underneath it. 1 holds on. Holman's gone for 14 from 10. Just looking to give this innings a jolt. 1 ball to come of the 16th. They do have a couple of batters to come. Higgins out there at the other end. So they are batter heavy today, Middlesex. They're going to need all of them.
Aiming one way. Unfortunately, the edge takes it the other. Van der Houten takes the catch. And Mason Crane has his 4th.
Josh DeCary's back in the side, first start of the season. Went well against Zimbabwe. England performance programme. There's the man who's replaced Henry Brooks. He'd have liked to bowl on this today. Equally, Crane's going well though, 4 for 28. Spinner, he's got 1 ball left. Walter Carey's get to tweak a few today with his off breaks. I think he first grabbed the attention in T20. It was against Gloucestershire at Cheltenham College. Just managed to have a little cameo to show what he was capable of at the end of a lost cause for Middlesex. Made his first class debut that week as well.
My score last season's blast was 31 not out for Josh.
Top ball 20 over. Crane ends with 4 for 28 from his 4. Brilliant from the leg spinner. 4 to go. Middlesex 109 for 6.
Mason Crane using all of his experience. Finishes with a 4 for today. Earlier, he is the bowler for Glamorgan who took the most wickets in this competition last year with 19. He's up and running with 4 today. Back to seam, and Douthwaite with 4 to go.
Oh, he's clubbed that. But it's straight to the fielder at a wide long on. Higgins falls for 21. 12 balls for him. Middlesex will have 2 batters at the crease with only 1 ball face between them. Start of the 17th over and a lot of work still to do.
Slapped, but slapped straight to Ace the Tribe, who takes the catch at long on. 21 from 12. 109 for 7.
Go hard to the rescue again. Seen some fine innings with the bat so far this season. Middlesex at least 40 lights here, I'd say. Just looking to draw up the Gloucestershire game that I was telling you about. Glamorgan hit that 2-3-9 for 3. It was a massive score, that. Gloucestershire, they managed to hit 75 off the final 3 overs, whether it was the game before or the game after.
Well, if Middlesex could channel that, it would be quite handy.
Go hard, play straight. Bang, bang. Well, that'll be virtually it all over.
It is interesting that the Glamorgan fielders are talking that way, though. It tells you that they're maybe a little bit concerned that...
Uppercut. Bounce, though, out to deep point.
Do you know what I mean? The conversation that they're having amongst themselves is, we want to finish this off, we want to bowl them out, we don't want to give them any more cheap runs. Is that because they've seen what happened, you know, they got some feedback on the early game? Or just because, you know, they want to be professional and go about it?
Oh, onto the legs, go down. Umpire Bailey shaking the head. Could see all of off and a fair bit of middle as well.
You would assume going down looking at that.
Straight to the fielder, nicely timed by Decisive.
Carlson's right thumb is currently on fire, having stopped that ball.
Works the single. Ends the over. 111 for 7. 17 gone. Not quite in the pink just yet, Middlesex. Oh, is he gone? It's Pinky. Give us a wave, Pinky. Middlesex got enough yet, Pinky? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Love the confidence.
No, he's saying need a few more yet, and with 3 overs to go, then there's still a chance to get a few more to the total.
Edged! Oh, that's a stunner! What a catch that is! Absolutely outstanding grab. Decisive looks back at the track. Very wide ball. Just went that little bit wider. And then watch this for a take. Oh, you can just see it there, but fabulous from Cook. Here's the one. Got it with 2 as well.
I think the disappointment is he's hit a wide. That's the frustration for Decisive there. It's not only a wonderful catch, but he's basically stopped the umpire raising the arms to signal wide, And as a result, Middlesex 111 for 8 as Helm walks out.
Very capable of some big shots, Tom Helm, but Middlesex are 2 wickets, 2 deliveries away from the end of the innings. Potentially, so they're going to have to be careful here. Do they bat it out, take 6 and over, which is another 18 runs, gets them up to 140. Lovely shot. Oh, good stop by Carlson again. It's that throbbing thumb.
Sort of a comedy fashion, going sort of like 5 times the size or whatever.
Dragged it to mid-on. Apparently Pinky gave the thumbs down on have they got enough runs yet. I thought that was thumbs up. He's not backing Luke Coleman's leg
I
spin.
think he started up and then...
Oh, to the old Roman Emperor, did he? Gave it the wobble, then thumbs down.
Well, we've seen Zaffer plonk some 6s in this season already. A couple, 2 or 3 here could make a massive difference.
Flayed away, just a single to deep third. Over to Helm. Not quite free hit time for Helm just yet. End of the 18th if he's on strike. He might have a free hit and then say whatever he gets, then it's over to go half the final over to dominate the strike. Did of course see Noah Cornwell clear the grandstand at Lord's last season. An extraordinary pickup.
Trying to think what the equivalent here would be. There's not quite the same, is it?
Cleared the school.
Decent hit, decent hit.
Oh, that just stops on Helm. Well, these are 2 bowlers that Middlesex will really look to nail down the Glamorgan batters. So they're getting a fair look at the surface right now. What can they get out of these final 12 balls? 113 for 8 Middlesex.
Well, conversations between those 2 in the middle, and there will be talking bowling as well as batting, won't there? They'll be taking that information and relaying it back to the dressing room. And obviously Eskenazi's been in there for a while along with Richard Johnson, and will be relying on Kane Williamson as well. Lewis deploy. There's a lot of experience, a lot of nous in there. In fact, actually it was quite interesting after the game against Sussex the other night. Eskenazi, Williamson and Deploy were standing chatting for about 10-15 minutes, having a major debrief just in the Middlesex dugout area at Lord's the other night. So again, I would imagine similar conversations probably ongoing at the moment, talking strategy. What have we learnt from the way that Glamorgan have bowled, and how can we apply that?
Drag from Gohar. Can they nudge their way through this over and then open up in the last?
Well, even if the last went for the full Gary Sobers, you're only looking at around 150. To me, you might as well go down swinging. I'd start now. Another 4 balls, and wait till the last over, I'm not sure it makes a great deal of difference. If it's there to be hit, I think it's got to go now.
It's in the gap, but again, tight boundary here. So it's just a single. I think all I would say here is Gohar, who you probably want to face the first ball of the final over. I'd still nudge one here and then say to Helm, fine, 2 balls, see what you can do. And if he gets out one of them, first one of them, you're just going to have to say to Noah Cornwell, please just block.
And then stand at your end. You're not moving.
Takes it out, single taken.
In fairness, there's not a great deal you can do with that delivery from Kerr, is there?
No, like I say, it's probably not the worst outcome in the world. I'd say to Helm now, go on, go for it. Swing at these next 2, they're all yours. Gohar has strike for the final over. But I think he's got the freedom here to launch and then trust Cornwell, who has proved that he knows one end of the bat from the other, to be able to block out that final delivery to give Gohar the final over. There you go. Down the ground. Long on gets around. It's a good tumbling stop. Will they get back for the second? They will not. It's a fantastic stop down at long on that. Down the hill towards the river end.
Ace of Tribe's been properly in this game, fielding-wise, hasn't he, so far?
There he is in the background. Switching across to long on for Gohar as he was long on for Helm. Punch of the bat in frustration from Gohar. He won't have the strike for the final over. Just 4 off the penultimate. 117 for 8. Middlesex have got to swing hard and swing big in this over and find somewhere around 20 runs, get them up towards that 140 target, which, as you said, you know, if the Middlesex power play was worth 20 or so runs more on another surface, then they'll have to get to 140 and hope that that's worth 40 or so runs on another.
Yeah, it's Rusty Gate time, isn't it? Just swing away and see what you can get. It is going to be Douthwaite. I mean, 1 for 11 so far. It's majorly miserly stuff. It's bowled 18 deliveries that have gone for 11 runs. They're going to drop long off back as well as long on. Carlson here, he's got the square cover on the boundary and a backward point on the offside and a deep mid wicket.
Single, the cry was 2, but cover coming around, so Gohar will have strike.
And if he's targeting one part of the ground, it might be coming straight at us here, Kev, so I hope you're fully loosened up and ready to go in catching duty, because we are absolutely at deep mid wicket here. We might be in Tin Can Alley.
Tin Can Alley for the Tin Pot commentary. Just the single again. It's been the story of the innings for Middlesex, hasn't it? Dragged singles. Occasional pick-up shot here or there, but they haven't been able to get the timing on this track. Interesting to see what Glamorgan do about the chase. What do you reckon they're hunting out there?
What's in
there? Coming out? What's coming out? Hold on, hold on. What was it?
Was it biscuit or fruit?
Sweets, pick of the sweets. Pick a mix.
Can't beat a picnic at the cricket, can you?
It's like a box of chocolates out in the middle. Never quite know what you're going to get.
Thank you, Tom Hanks.
I'll take Forrest Gump, I think.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Yes, no. All buzzers, no. Still no. I think Zaffa wants the strike. Did hit that 6 to win the match against Kent. Oh, hello.
Got a balloon tucked down the front.
It's just, he knows his eyes on the big screen.
Got a balloon animal sticking out of his shirt.
At least we hope that's what it is. There you go. He wanted the strike. This is why. Hits it straight. But again, it's just clothed, isn't it? They cannot find their timing on this pitch. 2 more.
Two boundaries to finish this over. Might just change the way that everyone feels about this.
Goes up again. Straight to the fielder. Another one clothed. Middlesex have not been able to get the timing of this at all. They're going to pray desperately that Nork and Gloucester shut. Gohar gave it everything in that innings. Tried to be precise about it. Pick the deliveries. Still couldn't get it away. Middlesex 1, 2, 3 for 9 as Gohar goes for 7. Carson, the skipper, taking the catch. He said on losing the toss that he'd have bowled first. I think we're seeing evidence of why. Now what's going to be interesting is how they go about the chase. Do they try and take a huge chunk out of this in the power play? Go big early? I think the answer is absolutely yes. Whether they do that by switching up the order at all, maybe saying, look, send a couple in the power play and hold the big guns to steer it. Still 1 ball to come. No Cornwell. Well, will he get to free up those arms again?
Might as well stand there like Babe Ruth, bat raised, ready to go.
Block hole delivery, well bowled. Dug out for a single, absolutely nothing you can do with that. Even if it was your 100th ball, let alone your first. Middlesex finish on 1, 2, 4 for 9. It should be light on any given ground, any track, that should be light. Glamorgan should be fancying their chances here to knock that one off. However, Middlesex will look to bring their Merchant Taylor School knowledge, nous and form to the chase now, put the pressure on, because as things stands, I'd suggest they're at least 30 to 40 light on this surface of fancying their chances, but it is one that's got a little bit in it for the bowlers. In particular the spinner there, Crane, 4 for 28 from his 4, 2 for 18 Douthwaite. They all bowled well. Middlesex going to need somebody to come up with that Crane-like performance. Who it will be, we'll have to wait and find out. Join us back in just over 10 minutes probably here on the live enhanced stream from Middlesex, brought to you in association with Daffabet.
The most amazing day, Barney, and that you and your friends have been cheering very loudly for Middlesex.
Get this crowd bouncing. Oh my goodness me! Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Oh, that's a magnificent strike. Oh wow, that's absolutely awesome. Oh yes!
Has he got him? He has. Oh, wow. Now, that is some pickup shot.
Action. All the fun and all the games, they all start here with All Stars Cricket. All new experiences for everyone. All over the country. Every session is all out action. All the time. All are welcome, all invited. Even mums and dads. Skills, friendships, smiles, dreams. It all happens here. All you need is delivered right to your door. Best of all, it even has your name on it. All the activators are fully trained. And all they want is for us to have a great time. Always. Tap, ball, catch, throw. Try it all. It's time to go all in, all together. And it all starts with All Stars. All you need to get started is at allstarscricket.co.uk.
Power your play this holiday at Dynamo's Cricket.
Well, a very warm welcome back to Merchant Taylors School. Noah Cornwell has the ball in hand for Middlesex, who are defending 124. Having won the toss here in Northwoods, Kieran Carlson, who said he'd have bowled first, is out to bat. Smale with him. Middlesex had their work cut out this Sunday afternoon to try and get on the board this season. Glamorgan's first game.
Slip in place. Two deep fielders are at mid-wicket.
Good start, right on the spot.
Sorry, I've just been trying to find the other deep fielder. It's at backward point. So a sweeper either side. 6 1/4. The required rate to win this game. So just a smidge over a runner ball. Smale to take his first.
Just a single. You hear that didn't come off the bat cleanly either. Nasty clonk, wasn't it?
Very woody in sounding, which was a stupid thing to say because of course it's come off of a cricket bat that's made of willow, but when a ball is really well hit, it's sort of that snap of a sound rather than a woody kind of thud.
Uppercut, Cries catch, deep backward point. He's not going to get there. To deep third, it's a boundary.
Well, for a moment, a couple of fielders thought they were in business. And it ends up running away. Geddes couldn't quite get around to that one. Six without loss already. So they're almost with the required target with 3 balls of the innings.
Luke Holman sweeping up out at deep square. He's got a big job to do. Holman and Gohar today, you'd feel. Leg spinner Crane picking up 4 for Glamorgan. Is that?
It's off the pad and it is a brilliant stop. It's almost behind him actually. It's even better seeing it from that angle. Could easily go away for 4 leg byes, and that really would be a flyer for Glamorgan.
Swing and a miss to finish the opening over. 7 off it. Same that Middlesex had the start of their innings.
So it'll be Helm with the second over.
Brings up from the batsman, number 7, Tom Helm.
Kieran Carlson last season in this competition, it's 380 runs from 240 balls faced. 135 is top scorer, the only one of the Glamorgan players to make it to 3 figures in the T20 game. He's just guiding this one to point and there's no run. T20 hundreds are rare beasts.
That's a sweet pickup. And all the way into the crowd. Was that a catch as well? Or has it gone down? I think it's gone down. Sweetest of pickups. Oh no. It was duck for cover.
Sweetly picked up though, wasn't it? Just all timing and a flick.
Oh, swing and a miss again. That's what Middlesex are hoping for.
Now just watch Carlson's feet here. Sort of on one, the back foot goes further away and then he ends up having to readjust so he didn't fall over.
Nicely worked again into the gap. Think about two. Back they come. It's really good running.
Lady there in the Glamorgan hat. Sure has enjoyed her viewing so far today. Small boy just sitting near where we're commentating from in a Chris Cook shirt.
Worked again into that same gap, looking for two, and back they come. That is such good running. Really good cricket. 2 overs bowled, 17 without loss.
Yeah, they thought they'd found the gap, knew they had one, and were pretty sure there was going to be two. Just wanted to make sure that the fielder didn't produce some kind of worldie. But no, it was safe to come back, so 17 after 2. The required rate started at 6 1/4, down to around 6 at the moment, so a runnable here on in.
They've gone early with Gohar. 3rd over. Spinner comes on. They need something pretty brilliant from him early on. They need a bowler to get in the game early here.
I wonder if it might be 1 over spells, just to keep the variation and not let the batter settle on any one particular bowler.
Oh, wow. Going big against the first ball from Gohar. Smale. Giving a bit of encouragement to the bowler. Let's drag that one down a little and punished.
The 2 deep fielders are at long off and Holman here at mid-wicket, so short and wide on the offside. If it beats the fielder, it's going to be a boundary all the way.
Oh, tracks down again. And that pops now. There could be a run out. He's back. Throw to the non-striker's end. Almost the comedy of errors all round. The drag down from Gohar, the leading edge from Smale, and the dived recovery from Carlson.
Well, I think this over has said that there's enough there for Gohar, isn't there? With the way that they're playing. Yes, we've had a 4, but it was a short wide ball.
Well, I think that's what Middlesex have got to be careful of. They can't afford 4 balls here, can they?
Yeah, target at 125 gives you so little wiggle room.
Uppercut. Crive catch it. Oh, and gone! Great catch on the move. Lewis Deploy diving forward. Gets both hands underneath it. Holds on to a crucial catch. The Glamorgan skipper's gone. And Middlesex have their first wicket.
He was hitting with the breeze then, Carlson. And as you can see, he's coming away from the ball rather than his weight going into the ball. So it might have felt that it was going to drop short, but the breeze may have just carried it that little bit further to give Deploy the chance to get round and take a really good catch. I'm not sure Gohar believed he was going to carry it to start with, and then he realised it was good. That's the break that Middlesex needed.
Kellaway comes in at 3. So Gohar gets the first wicket, 22 for 2 at the end of the 3rd. And it is Carlson that had given it that little bit of tap, so Middlesex feel better to have him out. An early wicket for Middlesex to try and slow this power play. Can they grab another quickly?
I think we've seen enough of, in terms of the whole day really, that it's not easy for new batters to come in and get it going. So regular wickets, I mean, it sounds obvious, make it more difficult for the batting side, but it does make it even more difficult when it's hard to come in and time the ball straight from the off.
Has he? It was a noise, but maybe it was just bat hitting the pad, bat hitting the floor.
I think that was the sound of optimism.
Just clip that back knee on the way through. Yes. Just suffered that little noise.
Umpire Mark Newell wasn't having anything of it.
He's bowled him! Middlesex have a couple of wickets in the space of 3 deliveries. And now this game may be on. It's a low target for Glamorgan. It's a seamer's surface at Merchant Taylor's School. And it's a wicket for Noah Cornwell.
Well, they talk about the top of middle, don't they? And that is very much the top of middle. That's gripped in the surface. Beats the outside edge. That's a massive double blow.
Well, this is exactly what Middlesex needed. Colin Ingram comes out at 4 for Glamorgan, vastly experienced. He'll have seen how this day has played out. He'll have seen this many times over the years. He'll know exactly what's required. 22 for 2 in the 4th. The first thing that's required is steady the ship. Kellaway yet to face either.
As you said, 2 new batters at the crease. That for me is the big one. One brings 2. Can 2 bring 3? Wicket taking so vital in this form of the game.
Really good from Cornwell on the spot, running the single. It's Williamson at backward points. Chat's going out there in the middle now for Middlesex.
It's amazing how just one delivery can suddenly change the entire feeling around the ground. You can hear that buzz from the Middlesex fielders.
Callaway's first ball. Deep backward squares, just sent a little finer. Deep backward point, the other fielder set back. He just sent him finer. 4 runs through mid-wicket.
Geddes not able to get around. Wee bit full, leg stump, and it's tucked away, first ball or not.
Ooh, nothing new from the umpire. Worth having a look at this from behind. Surely didn't clip anything on the way through. It looks a long way down the leg side. Oof. Feeling that he stepped inside it? I don't think so. He's got away with one there, Cornwell. I think the bat hit the pad, which offered a noise to the umpire.
Can we see it again from behind, please, bud?
End of the 4th, 27 for 2. The bat just clips the pad on the way through that makes the umpire think it hits the back leg. So it's nowhere near, but whether there was just a point there that clipped front pads as he tries to clip the ball.
Well, Callaway turned around expecting to see Mark Newell's arms outstretched.
Finger spin. Continues at the river ends, but it is not Zafar Gohar, it is Josh Carey's. Bit of off break. So they've gone to the finger spinner before the wrist spinner Holman. Gohar is the front line spinner now of Middlesex, backed up by the youngsters. Left-hander in Ingram. Right-hander again now in Callaway.
4 wickets last year in this competition for Josh Carey's.
Well, it didn't happen with the bat for him. This is his moment, finally getting his chance in the side this year. He's been pushing. Down the track, down the grounds. 1 bounce 4.
I think it was predetermined. Looked like he was always coming. And makes it.
Follows him. Oh, and it lands safe. Little step away from Callaway. As Carey darts it in. The leading edge nearly bringing another wicket. 40 for 4 was the cry in the field just before that ball.
And the response from Middlesex is to bring Holman up from deep square leg to square leg, and long on is going out as the second outfielder.
The reverse goes up in the air, cry catcher, but it's over the fielder. Good connection from Callaway.
Didn't just play the reverse, swapped around to left-handed, went pretty early and gets good connection on it.
Fain to go again there, didn't he? That's a brilliant stop at cover. That saved a boundary. Saved 4 runs there. Ryan Higgins. This one goes up is the cry in the field. Clipped uppishly. Long on's back, Zafar Gohar Mid-wicket was straight, but not straight enough. Single to end the over. 10 off it. 37 for 2.
So one more over off the power play. Middlesex at the end of the power play with 38 without loss. So Glamorgan 1 run behind, but 2 wickets down. You can decide for yourself whether you'd rather have the runs or the wickets in hand.
Big O for the match. Helm to bowl it. Good start. 2/3 of the way up. Off stump. It's not a bang it in short pitch, this one. That's going to be sit up and hit time for the batters. How many times did we see Middlesex cloth it? Especially when they're trying to hit out, so that length ball, even in the slot. Batters, even in the first game this morning, couldn't get it away comfortably. There he goes, on the spot. Extra bit of bounce, fizzes up onto the fingers. So Eskinazi shake one off earlier, didn't we? Taking off the bottom. Hands. Glove comes off for Kellaway as well. Sorry, for Ingram.
There's been 3 stay down. Now 2 climb a little bit. We saw one earlier today to Kane Williamson, didn't we? That took off from outside of off stump. It took him a bit by surprise.
Yes, he's got him. Goodness me. Middlesex have their 3rd in the power play. Kellaway looking to uppercut. Just feathers it through to Davies. Big risk shot. Looking for big rewards in the power play. But it's a big wicket for Middlesex. 3 in the first 6. Middlesex's power play now is not going to look quite so bad.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's the equaling up of things. Chris Cook on his way to the crease to join Ingram, so 2 very experienced campaigners, but 39 for 3 inside of 6 overs. You've been talking about that balance between losing 2, maybe 3 wickets inside the power play. Well, it looks like that's where Glamorgan are going to be. But, as I mentioned, Middlesex were 38 without loss at the end of 6. So there's not going to be a huge difference, but 3 wickets. So actually, you'd potentially favour Middlesex from that point.
So remember that stat. Lose 3 or more wickets in your power play and you lose 90% of your games. Have to be careful not to lose a 4th here. Helm is hunting.
Well, this feels so similar to the game we watched earlier on today with the women, didn't we? And in the first innings there, after Glamorgan was 77 all out in the 18th over, everyone assumed, well, look, Middlesex are going to stroll it. And they did win by 4 wickets, but with only 1 ball to spare. I've got a feeling this might be similarly tight.
That's the hip. It's a single taken. Was that cry in the field a little while ago? 40 for 4 here. Let's come with the power play and Ingram on to strike. Fighter jet by the sound of it. On its way to RAF Northolt. Just around the corner. Edged it and gone! Tom Helm at his best. Line and length, little bit of lift. And the big man has 2 in the over, and Middlesex have their tails up now.
Well, the big man's got his tail up, and he's arguably got the big wicket as well. Colin Ingram has been nicked off by a proper delivery. That's a good delivery in any form of the game. Ingram caught behind. 40 for 4.
That is Tom Helm at his absolute best. Ingram mutters on his way back to the pavilion. Comes Tribe in at 6 and 40 for 4 in the power play. All of a sudden that run rate, 6.6 the current, just 6 required. But Middlesex here have started brilliantly with the ball and backed up by Helm. It's so interesting they've gone back to Helm there for that final over of the power play there. Keep it tight, death bowler. Good captaincy from Eskenazi. And now it's back to Gohar immediately out of the power play.
She looks fairly relaxed, but I don't know how much you like your stats, Kev, but before that last delivery, Wasp had this at a 62% victory for Glamorgan. That's now dropped to 44% with that one delivery and the 4th wicket going down.
Is that your Wasp? Slip in place. Eskenazi ready to pounce on as Gohar has a crucial role to play here. And that 4th from Crane. Gohar will be eyeing something similar. And if he gets it, Middlesex are going to be very, very close to victory from this position.
There is something about low-scoring games, isn't there? You know, you can all very well have it at sort of 260 plays 250, but in a low-scoring game, every run is so important.
Let's compare it at T20. It's like a rally in tennis, isn't it? Low-scoring game, right? It might not be the big sixes, the aces constantly slammed here, there, and everywhere, but a nudger and a nerdler, a nervy one. It's like a rally. Wide signals. Slapped out of the gloves of Davies, which offered the noise, I think. Sounded like it had clipped something, but it must have just been keeper's glove. Ooh, grips again. Played halfway up off stump. Middlesex, of course, still have Luke Holman to throw the ball to as well. The leg spinner is full of form, full of confidence at the moment. I think he just heard me. He's good, Luke. He's out at deep backward square. Happy boys, beloved Wimbledon, are up in League One. There is Holman coming around. I haven't seen Higgins yet either. When do they go to Holman? When do they go to Higgins?
Well, of course, in a 20-over game and 4-over maximums, you have to use 5 bowlers. They've only used 4 so far, but they have the ability to then mix and match with those extra bowlers, as you were saying. 2 more frontliners haven't yet had a go.
Oh, that is some ball. And that is why Middlesex are in the game.
That is a borderline unplayable. Pitches middle, beats off by 10 centimetres.
If it seems, it will spin. 47 for 4 after 7. There's a fella top right who would have enjoyed a bowl on this. Bit of seam up. Angus Fraser, former managing director of cricket, now head of Middlesex in the community.
Well, either the captain could hear you as well, or Luke's successfully petitioned as he's got himself a bowl.
Well, after that last ball from Gohar, the spin twins.
Well, you wonder, was he coming on anyway, or did they see that last ball and went, right, forget that plan, let's get the leggies on.
They went to the finger spinners in the power play, didn't they, with Decisive and Gohar. Now out of the power play, it's over to the over to the leg spinner. Googly first up, Jerry. Just drags it down slightly, gets away with it, I think. Just a single. I did ask where the nickname Jerry, you'll hear it a fair few times in the field now, where the nickname Jerry came from, but they actually struggle to know. Just something that stuck. Famous cherries? Tom and Jerry?
Your favourite, Ben and Jerry. But I don't know what their surnames were, so I don't know if it's anything to do with that.
Mick Jagger took Jerry Hall to the cricket a bit.
Yes.
Not sure how good a wrist spin was, though.
I think she was more left arm seam, in fairness. Got the height.
Oh, that's dragged down, but has he got enough of it? He has. Thought Cook got under it for a moment. Brings up the 50. Oh, straight back at him. Through the legs, through the fingers.
You see, I quite like a nickname that doesn't necessarily make sense and needs explaining. I like the art of that.
Stephen Finns.
The Watford Wall.
It's a bit like Jerry, actually. Cyril. They'd have been a good partnership, wouldn't they, Cyril and Jerry? Where's Finney today? He's a Watford local, isn't he? Is he tuned in or is he off at the ODI?
Or is he loitering around here somewhere?
Oh, we'd have spotted him, wouldn't we? That's hit up and over the top. It's coming to us in the commentary tent. Great dive from Decisive. Couldn't quite get there in the end. The ball bubbles down in front of us. Wonderful work from the physio, Pete Waxman. Who looked more panicked, you or me? We might have to bend over and pick this up.
What was interesting was coming into shot there is Kane Williamson. A shirt with no name on. Got his number, but no name.
Wickets column's going to be key. Middlesex need to keep them coming, don't they? Done well to get that run rate up to 7.5. It's climbed more than a run in the last couple of overs. The required rate dropping to 5.4.
Safa Gohar get another of those balls that turns and bounces and just feathers the edge of Cook's bat. And if they do, if he can, Middlesex will feel very happy about things. 5 down inside the halfway mark in terms of overs. It'd be a real big achievement and give them a chance.
Just milking the spinners at the moment. The one problem for Middlesex here is in defending a low target, boundaries aren't at the forefront of Glamorgan's mind right now. Oh, they'll know they're in a danger zone, and that's why. Gohar's getting it to grip, getting it to turn, getting a little bit of bounce. Nicely turned for a single again. If they can come through this little passage here, one more over to go from Zafar Gohar. If they can get through this passage and still be 4 down after 12 overs or so, that will have evened the score a little. So we just saw on Worm a few moments ago. Middlesex have to keep these wickets coming. It's got to be a procession. Partnership can do it. That's really, I guess, from Middlesex what we didn't see. There's a couple get in and get going. I think that's why they've gone back to Helm quickly here. Dismissal of Ingram. Not only a big wicket in the context of the game, but a fine delivery as well. The ball still with a little bit of hardness on it. Even a white ball. It's the 5th over of the life of this ball from this end. The Benham end running down the hill. Up in the air and gone at backward point. Helm returns and he picks up a wicket, that of Cook. Gone for 16 from 14. He'll be disappointed with that. Cutting hard. Again, it's not been a day, it's not been a track for the big shots, the hard shots. It's been a guiding day. Day that's needed guile, patience. Pick your shot.
What a good catch, though. He would have thought it was away for runs, but De Carey's going away to his right-hand side. Snaffles it. And the experience and the dangerous nature of Chris Cook is gone. 64 for 5. That 5th wicket does go down inside of 10 overs.
Hat-trick ball for Helm. He took a wicket with the last ball of his last over, that of Ingram. Now he's on a hat-trick. Start of his 3rd. To Middlesex, no? Where's the slip?
Because this is the problem of doing it over the space of the end of one over and the start of the next. It can sometimes get a little bit lost.
There's the slip.
Now they've worked it.
Here's Deploy lines up alongside Davies. Of course, the most famous Middlesex hat-trick that went unnoticed was the Toby Rowland-Jones one in the championship win. No hat-trick. But hope for Middlesex, offered by Helm. 3 for 13 in his 3rd. Finally into the side this year after an annoying wait with injury. Boy, they could have done with him throughout the season so far. They've got him now. One of the tightest, deadliest T20 bowlers around, Tom Helm.
Went wicketless on Thursday, but very much in the wickets today.
When Helm's at his best, there are a few better. Height, pace, gets bounce, lots of movement. Injuries have been so cruel over the years. Always there or thereabouts in England squads, England camps. Yet to make his England debut in any format. He's got it all. And he's got it going today.
Oh, the face paint, we forgot your appointments.
What was your request? What do you pencil me in for?
Gene Simmons from Kiss.
You mean you wanted to see me with my tongue out? Just had to bring out some cake if you wanted to see that.
No, they had sort of butterflies and tigers and all of that, so I was like, well, can you do Gene Simmons from Kiss? Well, we'll give it a go for you. We'll be at the halfway mark after this delivery. Properly game on.
Single it is. 67 for 5. 58 more to win. You'd only just about prefer to be Glamorgan at this point, but it really is at a tipping point, because you know 58 runs, that could be done in an over, that could be done in a flash. One over goes wrong for a bowler. Couple of drag downs, no ball. How many times have you seen it? It needs one partnership at this point for Glamorgan to take them very close and possibly home.
5 runs further at the halfway mark are Glamorgan, but 2 wickets worse off. Wasps is back up into the 60% for the visitors.
Just looking at the biggest partnership of the Middlesex innings, 45 they were for the first wicket. Glamorgan's biggest stand so far, 24 for that 5th wicket before the fall of Cook. Oh, now that's where Holman's in the game, isn't it? Driving off the off stump. Time, sorry mate, gonna have to ditch it. It's a little shorter, letting him rock back and give him the room.
Runs to win and balls remaining now the same. 57.
Chatter is incessant out there, and that's good to hear. It means Middlesex are confident.
Talking about LBWs.
Just 3 singles off the over, one's come of it. 56 from 56. See there, Douthwaite wary of that ball that gripped earlier from Gohar. Sloth is his other nickname. What a place that is, Sloth. Single to end the over. 70 for 5. Lovely Slothy. Old man who's no sloth, particularly when the press lunches come out. Andrew McKenna.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Got a good finish this. Hello, everybody. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're still enjoying it when we get to the end of this.
You got a hold on him now. See how long before Dad's arms get tired. He's in a pickle now. He's got to keep going.
Which was the comedian that did that wavy? Oh, it was the shaky hand man, wasn't it? Who used to shake hands for ages and ages.
Higgins into the attack for the first time. That's deep cover. 71 for 5.
Wasn't a Dom Jolly kind of one, was it?
Sounds about right. My favourite one was the Peter Kay gag. So he went to see the Supremes or the Temptations. They're all shaking hands with the ones in the front row, and they shook his hand. And he said, I just gripped it, see what they do, wouldn't let go. Peter Kay, what a great man. It's one of those bucket list things. You've got to see Peter Kay live, haven't you? Isn't he the most successful stand-up in the world in terms of sellouts?
I think so. He went through that run, didn't he, of like doing 20 nights at the Manchester Arena and places like that.
Up in the air. One of the biggest of the day from Tribe. That's why, with wickets in hand, you still just favour Glamorgan.
Well, he settled in and he picked the line quickly there. Well fielded, the young lad out the back.
So many pickups out of the slot today. It hasn't been easy. There's just a little bit of width on it as well, though, which allowed him to swing, well, the way they told us not to do, across the line. There's again. And that is one of the gambles that will be taken, pick a bowler. Higgins absolutely deadly in first class cricket as an all-rounder.
We made the point about we've not seen many of those when the Middlesex players were earlier were trying to do it. A lot of them weren't timed, those shots, was they? That's about the first one today that we've really seen properly timed.
Drags the length back, throws to the non-strikers, then had to dive. Backed up, and it is just the single.
Decisive could never quite be fully balanced for the throw. He just had to release it and hope.
He was home. Only just. Oh, he's clothed that one. Long on back, so it's just a single. I think even had he been up, it would have been wide of mid on. 10 off the over, 80 for 5, 45 to win. Or was it 11 off the over indeed? 45 to win from 48, wasn't it? 56? No, 10 off the over it was.
It will be Holman to continue with his third.
As we said, they've got to keep the wickets coming, Middlesex. That's key for them. Just a couple of little cameos for Glamorgan will do it from here. Tribe 17 from 13, a couple more of those, and Glamorgan are nearly there. Up in the air now, all the way. 6 it is. Oh, put down. One of the ground staff had a go. Couldn't get the grab, but Glamorgan have the 6.
And of course, what that does is take the pressure off this over straight away from a batting side.
Richard, their groundsman's just pops his head round the tent. Can we mark that one, please?
That'll be on a WhatsApp group within about, I would say, 3 or 4 minutes. Quicker and flatter.
Just a single. You win this over, Jerry. 6 to begin. Oh, now googly. I think. Just got tucked up by it slightly, didn't he? Oh, he's lit up at the length.
Seven from the over then. 38 from 42 the requirement. With Glamorgan 87 for 5 after 13.
He's done incredibly well to get out of that over, hasn't he? 6 off the first ball, just a single off the next 5. Yes, they bought themselves time with the 6 first ball, but we've talked about that over that could go wrong. There's the drone shot, the school in the background. Indoor school being built away to the left. There's the nets, which replicate Lords with their slope. So the Middlesex bowlers and batters can get used to the feel of being on the slope at Lords.
It is a stunning setup here, isn't it? Well, Zafar Gohart for the first time from this end.
Yeah, down the hill. Go Hart. Getting a couple to grip and bounce from the river end, bowling up the hill. Maybe get one or two to slide on. Head in the air, the Cries catch it, but it's clear, comfortably clear. And their timing, their big shots better than Middlesex did.
Yeah, clears it with ease in the end.
There's the leading edge. Just when you look at it, 32 from 40, and fancy Aussie'd still prefer just be Glamorgan at this stage. See, the six has helped that. A couple of sixes in the last couple of overs, but Go Hard getting one to grip. They need a wicket though, Middlesex, don't they? 1-6 and over. Glamorgan will comfortably be home. Head of the rate again.
I mean, Tribe is doing something that really only Ryan Higgins has done in the rest of the day, and that's be quite significantly ahead of balls faced to runs. 31 from 22. Higgins was 21 from 12, but everyone else has been roughly round about a run a ball.
Oh, that's a lovely ball. It's just floated up there. Bat and pad were nowhere near each other, and the inside edge taken. Winging a prayer at the last, that wasn't it? Get something on it. 94 for 5, 31 from 36. It's still the visitors with noses in front. All about that wicket column now.
Yeah, that darker coloured second worm is just coming back down a little bit there. Around about 11-12 overs. Was on a quite steep uphill gradient, but that has been flattened out somewhat.
Up in the air. Might be a chance, won't be a chance, it'll be 6 more. Southwaite punches off the back foot.
Considering all his weight is going backwards, that's a heck of a shot.
Yeah. He's got right underneath that, and in boxing terms that was an uppercut. Played with a flourish again, 23 from 33. Middlesex need that wicket column to move. Goes again, goes big. Glamorgan going hard here as they head towards the victory straight. Middlesex are going to need some wickets fast.
That one comes down and bounces off of the roof of the first aid tent.
Oh.
Someone may well need a plaster, but they'll be quite close to the place to go and get one.
Didn't like that. Holman, what's his response?
Yeah, 2 balls of this over have just significantly changed that runs to win, balls remaining dynamic. Now 17 from 32, as you can see.
Goes again now. Has he got this one? Oh, it's a great attempt. Gohart leaping. He got a couple of hands to it. He was never going to hold on. The best he could do was push it back in. 50 partnership. First 50 partnership of the match. What an attempt that was. Well, it's going to be pretty special if Middlesex win it from here. Got to go to Helm, I think.
Well, that's a significant 5-over block in the fact that Glamorgan haven't lost a wicket between 10 and 15 overs.
Helm it is to bowl out. They've got to throw the big guns on now and hope. Snowballed start. 40 from 26 Tribe. And that's swung up in the air. I think he's got all of it, and he has. That goes a long way. Over the top of the Indian street food. 3 to win.
That was almost up in the jet stream. He's got up and underneath that. And the breeze helps it carry, and carry, and carry.
Had to go to Helm at this stage. Had to bowl him out and just see if he could produce one of his Tom Helm pieces of magic. Can't take out the ice cream van. Low full toss, hit up in the air, hit down the ground, and hit for 6. What a way to win it for Glamorgan. Bit of a sticky wicket at Merchant Taylor School. 4.3 overs to spare, a 5-wicket win, and an astonishing display of hitting, which nobody else had produced on this day, the double-header. Tribe with 40, Douthwaite 31. Glamorgan had made it look easy in the chase, but it was not. Those two have produced something pretty special to see Glamorgan over the line.
Well, putting 124 for 9 on the board, Middlesex needed wickets early on, and they got a couple, with only 22 on the board, and it was 4 down with only 40 on the board, with the 5th going down at 64. But the problem was then was that 6-wicket partnership, just unable to break it. And on a glorious afternoon at Merchant Taylor's, it is Glamorgan who win this by 5 wickets.
Yep, it's Kent at Lords for Middlesex next. That's on Thursday evening. Get along to that one if you can. Glamorgan there on the board with a victory. Next up is Tuesday against another of the London sides. Surrey, the visitors to Cardiff for that one before the visit of Essex on Friday. So 3 London counties as such. Although Essex fans won't thank me for saying that, but a big part of East London. In fact, pretty much most of East London is Essex. So that's it from Merchant Taylor School. Middlesex can't defend that low score, 129 for 5, and well, at one point it looked as though it might be enough, but brilliant hitting from Tribe and Douthwaite, backing up that 4 for 28. Nobody could replicate that for Middlesex. That's one of the differences as well. From Andrew Kenner, myself, Kevin Hand, and the stream team here at Merchant Taylor School. Hope you have a very good rest of your Sunday. And from all of us on the Live Enhanced stream in association with Daffabet, it's goodbye.
Get this crowd bouncing. Oh my goodness me! Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Oh, that's a magnificent strike. Oh wow, that's absolutely awesome. Oh yes!
Has he got him? He has. Oh, wow. Now, that is some pickup shot.
All the fun and all the games, they all start here with All Stars Cricket. All new experiences for everyone, all over the country. Every session is all-out action, all the time. All welcome, all invited, even mums and dads. Skills, friendships, smiles, dreams. It all happens here. All you need is delivered right to your door. Best of all, it even has your name on it. All the activators are fully trained. And all they want is for us to have a great time. Always. Tap, ball, catch, drill, try it all. It's time to go all in, all together. And it all starts with All Stars. All you need to get started is at allstarscricket.co.uk.
Power your play this holiday at Dynamo's Cricket.